Sorry it's been so long. Lots of stuff has been going on. I was going to record a video explaining everything, and in the midst of recording, I gave up on recording. But if you want to see a weird, just schizo cope video, I did link it. Because whatever, I don't care at this point. I didn't even finish it halfway through. You'll get what I mean. Anyways, today though, I wanted to go over a little drama that popped up sort of involved someone I already talked about, Rachel Oates, 2 videos 2 years ago, and a person called Ethel Thurston, or Essence of Thought. Okay, so and Vangelina Skov, who I kind of talked about in my Creepshow art videos. So let's just get into that, shall we?
Alright, hope you know I'm trying to see it too. Alright, 6 figures for the whip. No chance, you catch me down bad.
So throughout this video, I'll be referring to Essence of Thought as Ethel, Rachel Oates as Rachel, and Vangelina Skov as Vangelina. Just to kind of make it easier for me. And that's how I do it at my channel. So we will get over that and we will remember that. Anyways, why are all 3 of these people involved? Well, the drama between Ethel and Rachel has been going on since 2019. Okay? That's a long time to have a drama. And the funny thing is, it's pretty one-sided. Now, the drama between Ethel and Vangelina was more recent, and that's where a lot of the commentary community got introduced to Ethel, was this video she made about Vangelina claiming plagiarism. Okay, so we're going to start there, and then we're going to rewind back into the Rachel stuff, okay? Because that's convoluted, and I'm just going to TLDR that one, okay? So let's get into Vangelina versus Ethel. So Chud Logic did a live stream where he went over this plagiarism video that Essence of Thought had made, and that's where everyone was just like, what is she talking about? What plagiarism? How do you plagiarize a screenshot? We'll get there. But he also tweeted a copy of an email that Essence of Thought had sent to Vangelina, and he says, Essence of Thought is a total psychotic freak. Upon belief that Vangelina Skov had plagiarized her video, which amounted to a few of the same screenshots and similar takes, they emailed and demanded 30% of their ad revenue, Patreon money for the month, and sponsorship earnings. When they did not respond, they emailed again, giving them a final chance to make amends before going public. This is by every definition of the word extortion. Do not let this sicko loser get away with this. And the email's ridiculous. And it says, hi, I'm reaching out to you because I've learned that your channel has plagiarized several of my videos. And this was, where was this? On the 20th of February. Your channel's video, Lily Urchin, YouTube's biggest creep, Lily Pete, I guess, contains several screenshots which are identifiable to the ones from my videos. The presenter copies several of my phrases, almost word for word, which we find out not true. And the presenter references the source of our victim testimony who was not shared their story anywhere else. I'll show you why that's not true. Plagiarism is not only morally wrong, but also a violation of copyright law, so I expect to be corrected. And this is the first email, okay? This is the first email. Essence of Thought has always intended for our resources to be freely used by others, so usually we would only require you to link our channel in the video description, credit us for the screenshots, and have the presenter cite us whenever one of our ideas or pieces of evidence is used in the video. Since you, your writers, or your researchers did not do so, we feel we are entitled to 30% of the video's monetary value as compensation based on the fact that 13 minutes of a 38-minute video are clearly plagiarized. That includes AdSense, Patreon earnings for the month of February, and sponsorship earnings from HelloFresh. Okay? These actions are to be taken along with issuing a correction or apology to all social media, as well as including an explanation of the issue at the top of the video description. Run by us first, explaining the error. Thank you for your time, Ethel Thurston, founder of Essence of Thought. And then later on the next day, wrote, "Hi, I'm aware that you have updated your video description since my email to include everyone you plagiarized, excluding me, in spite of the fact that I can prove you ripped 13 minutes of your video from my series, including through the clever application of data triangulation. I am, suffice to say, disappointed with your course of action and would like to give you one final chance to make amends before I go public with everything." Okay. Oh my God, unhinged. I want to give you guys an idea of just what her entire video amounts to. And I can use the beginning of her evidence, even the evidence that she says isn't that damning, because the rest of her video pretty much amounts to this.
The first and perhaps weakest data point is zoom factor and layout. That is to say, not all of the images I took were taken at the same level of zoom, and when you zoom in and out on a page on Tumblr or Twitter, it doesn't merely pan in like a camera lens, every now and then it shifts things around. Take this example I grabbed whilst writing the script, taken from Stockholm Uber fan, The Last Alicorn. Here is the page at 100%, here is that same page at 175%, and here it is again at 200%. Notice how the layout of the page keeps changing. Therefore, if the layout of these 8 screenshots matches those seen in mine, that is conducive to the images having been ripped directly from our video.
Now, we can go through and react to the entire video, but like I said, it really boils down to Vangelina used screenshots that I used in my video. And so therefore, they were from my video. But as she said, she got those screenshots from Tumblr. Okay? They came from Tumblr. So I'm sorry, Ethel, you don't own the IP of those screenshots. If you really want to think about it, by your logic, you owe Tumblr, that Tumblr post, the original person who posted that, 30% of your AdSense. Any Patreon money from the month of whenever, you owe them money because that's their IP. You ripped it from them. You don't own that. I don't care where it came from or where Vangelina got it. You don't own those screenshots. And that's just facts. That's just IP law. Good luck trying to claim ownership of those screenshots wherever you live, because it's not going to happen because you don't own that. But funny thing, throughout this video, the other thing that she says is Vangelina talked about my talking points. Like she ripped my talking points. Let's take a look at what the Tumblr author, the person who made the Tumblr post, says about that. So they say, morals here. Creator of the aforementioned Lily Orchard gossip blog. To be frank, Ethel had attempted to threaten me as well, primarily because I shared a critique towards her video. I had blocked her after her first attempt to contact me, where it was very clear she wasn't happy I had chosen to share a video pushing back against her work, and she wanted to scare me into shutting up. I didn't mention it publicly at the time, mostly because I would have stirred the pot, and I didn't want to deal with someone who came off as very trigger happy. As a side note, Ethel is being ridiculous to claim that she came up with the whole Lily sock puppet thing. I and all of my anons at the time were all making those connections, and I had even created a list of all of her well-known sock puppet accounts. Yes, it was that obvious. So frankly, if that's all you need for a plagiarism claim, Ethel clearly owes me some money. Also, I hadn't even realized I was the primary source for your video until you mentioned me, but I'm glad my old blog managed to help you. I can't tell you how happy I was when I saw someone had actually published a video on Lily that was well researched and not focused on mudslinging or being the one to bring her down. Thank you for all your hard work, and please don't let Ethel bring you down. Your video was fantastically made and deserves all the views it gets. Moral of the story: Ethel was not the originator of her ideas. By her logic, she ripped everything from morals. Okay? So maybe, I don't know, maybe just back up a little bit. Now, in Ethel's video, she does show that it looks like some screenshots that were on Vangelina's video were from her video. However, Vangelina did not get the screenshots from Ethel's video. But even if she did, it does not matter because Ethel is not the originator, is not the IP owner of those screenshots. Technically, if you really want to go into the extreme legal sense, neither is morals. Okay? You cannot claim IP over an idea. You can't, because you can't prove that you were the originator of that idea unless you're inventing something. And that's what patents are for, because we all know that if you don't patent your invention, someone can steal your idea and boom, there's really nothing you can do about it. History has proven that. Okay? I'm sorry, but facts are the facts are the facts are the facts. You can't claim screenshots from a blog post, and you can't claim ideas. So there's that. There's no way to prove that Vangelina stole your idea because, one, she didn't use your idea word for word, and two, it, according to morals, it wasn't even your idea to begin with. So at the end of the day, Ethel, by your logic, you ripped off the blog post and then claimed that Vangelina ripped off you ripping off the blog post. Make it make sense. Now, let's take a look at the kind of person Ethel is to many people, trans community, online community. This is Ethel being an unhinged, obsessive harasser is a narrative that has been going on for the last 4 years. And I found a video by Noel Plum, and I wanted to just show you a little clip.
But that isn't even allowed somehow. It's not that Essence of Thought has just, said to her, stop talking about this issue. He's actually making a series of demands that she must meet before he will lay off her, which is putting things on a totally different level as far as I am concerned. And I get the feeling that the reason that he goes so hard at Rachel Oates is because in some ways she is a soft target, because she doesn't punch back and doesn't wish to punch back. So he can keep punching. It's like the school bully and the small boy with the little round glasses, and the bully can just punch him in the nose and the bully will just sort of straighten his glasses up and try not to fucking cry. It's distasteful is what it is.
Now, as you can see, this was made 4 years ago, okay? 4 years ago. On September 4th, 2019. Now, Noel Plum, definitely subscribe. I haven't watched all his videos, but I already like him. And I've decided, cool guy. But 4 years ago. And one of the things I want to point out, now I want to nip something in the butt. In this video, Noel is using he, him pronouns for Ethel. But at the time, Ethel's pronouns were listed as, she, they, him, or he, they, she, whichever form. It was okay. All right. So just nip that in the butt. He's not misgendering her at the time. That was fine. Rachel Oates gets under Essence of Thought's Ethel's radar because she was okay with a guy named Rationality Rules. Okay. And there was this atheist global closed Facebook group that talked about like creators or people to avoid because they weren't okay for the trans community. And Rachel had tweeted on May 14th, 2019, just been shown this screenshot, and I've got to say, if you're going to start making lists, you better put me on both. I support Steve because I don't want to see the community divided. I won't denounce a friend for one mistake. I know he's working hard to learn about and whatever, but we can kind of see where this is going. We've all seen this kind of happen online where like one mistake or one oopsie becomes you're a transphobe. We don't agree with that on this channel. You know, mistakes are mistakes. But on the thing it says, thought it would be a good idea to list those who have come out in support of rationality rules and those who have come out in support of the trans community. I think possibly to avoid confusion, the allies should have a separate topic. This is not a complete list of people who have been supportive towards rationality rules. Please add others that you have seen, okay? And they're listing a bunch of people that are okay with rationality rules. You know, that whole like guilt by association thing that we're also very much against here on this channel. Anyways, this person said, why did you share a list publicly that was between 20 people in a closed Facebook group? Now those people on the list are open to backlash, which was not the intent. The intent was to find safe spaces for those who have been subject to harm because of rationality rules rhetoric, which apparently, according to Rachel Oates, was one mistake. And she said, I had no idea it was that small a group until just now. I tried to censor all the names. It's just after being awake for nearly 24 hours, I happened to miss one. That said, if you're going to post on Facebook, don't expect it to definitely stay private. Now, I don't necessarily 100% agree with Rachel here. Like it was a closed group. It wasn't like a public group. And I don't think that private Facebooks or even Facebooks in general should really be shown. And I don't really agree with the whole, I was up for 24 hours, like, oopsie. And if you watch my previous videos, you'll notice that I take issue with Rachel constantly having some sort of reason for her like raging tweets or whatnot. You know, Rachel does like to play victim. Okay, definitely not as much as Ethel, but Ethel plays victim far worse and in far weirder ways than even Keffels. Okay, like Ethel will find a way to make herself the victim in anything, and there's a reason why I think Ethel decided to go after Vangelina, because Ethel found out Vangelina is friends with Rachel Oates. And Ethel was like, friends with Rachel Oates? Plagiarism. I got it. I got it. I know. She did a video on someone that I also did a video about. Plagiarism. I'll find the plagiarism. I'll find it. You know what I mean? So like Ethel will find a way to make herself the victim. And she is very much a massive crybaby. Massive crybaby. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with Rachel. However, I also don't think that what Rachel did in that sense deserved in any way, shape, or form the
Rachel
4-year
Oates on the 1st of
long,
October.
whoa, shut up, Ethel, Jesus Christ. I don't think Rachel deserves a 4-year long tirade. The video that I showed you of Noel Plum, this one right here, this video, this is Noel talking about how Rachel Oates posted a video of her self-harming, like she wasn't in the process of it. Her arm was bloody, apparently. And talking about how she can't take it. She can't take the harassment. And like I said, if you watch my previous videos, Rachel's very sensitive, extremely sensitive. And, you know, she kind of sticks her foot in the mud, and then, you know, gets some shit and then, you know, kind of cries about it. But she doesn't really attack, okay? And she doesn't go on tirades or like hate campaigns. the way Ethel does. So oh my God, it's a lot. Like, just look at this. Look at this. 6 videos, my bad. Rachel Oates attempts to silence transgender critic. Rachel Oates doxed member of trans mental health support group. Rachel Oates published private emails from a transgender audience member. Rachel Oates caught lying about trans person's pronouns again. Do you know what this is about? That's about when Rachel Oates, someone tried to be like, oh, you're misgendering Ethel. And at the time, like, Ethel on her Patreon and on, like, Ethel's posts were listed as Peter/Ethel. Ethel was using both names at the time. And at the time, Ethel was using she, he, they pronouns. Okay. So that's what that's about. That's someone saying, oh my, that's Ethel trying to say that again, after Rachel used he pronouns and I guess at one point called Ethel Peter. What? If you list it, then people, that says you can use any of these 3 pronouns. You can use either or name. So don't list it if you don't want people to use it, which she did change. She changed it to it's Ethel Thurston. She, her, they, them now. Okay. And it's Ethel Thurston. But holy mackerel. Rachel Oates is a free speech hypocrite, abusing DMCAs to silence her trans critics. Surviving Rachel Oates, a trans victim's testimony. Can you get any more dramatic? And all of those videos are kind of like her. Rachel Oates stole my screenshot that I took from Tumblr. Or Vangelina Scove, stole my screenshot that I got from Tumblr. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, sometimes, you know what? Your feelings can be valid regardless of people agreeing or disagreeing with them, because that's yours, whatever. But, in this case, in the case of Ethel Thurston versus Vangelina Scove and Rachel Oates, I don't know. I think that maybe you need to find a new hobby. Yeah. And that hobby shouldn't include trying to go after Rachel Oates' friends because you have some perceived victimization by Rachel Oates. It's just, at the end of the day. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it. And again, I'm sorry I'm late. I don't know when the next video will be. Give me a little bit of spice. Hopefully I will be getting my Vyvanse back. We are working on it. And then I will be back and I'll probably just spam you guys with all kinds of videos. Okay? But anyways, like I said, linked below, schizo me coping video that I didn't even finish, that I stopped midway through and then didn't really want to post, but decided, you know what, whatever. And also, I'll also link Noel's video, maybe Essence of Thoughts video if I feel like it. Only, but that's just, if I don't do it, it's just because I just want to be petty. And I'll link Vangelina's video for sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new, and have a good day. Bye.